Hey everyone, so today I'm going to do another requested video, and it's going to be a comparison between two foundations, a high-end foundation and a drugstore foundation. And the ones that I'm talking about are the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup and the Covergirl Outlast Stay Fabulous Foundation, which is a 3-in-1 foundation. Now I've done some notes on these foundations because I really don't want to miss anything, but if I do, please comment below and I'll make sure to reply to your questions. So got my notes here, and I'm going to start with the drugstore foundation because it's more accessible, it's more affordable, and a lot of you may really be interested in finding the differences between these two foundations. So CoverGirl foundation, let's start by talking about the packaging. It's a glass jar with a plastic lid, and it comes with a pump, which is really good because a lot of foundations that are released for drugstore, especially in America, they do not come with a pump, and this one was released with a pump, so it's really good. It's not yet been released in the UK. I'm not really sure if they will ever release it, but if you're interested in this foundation, Max Factor is CoverGirl's sister company, so you will find a foundation very similar to this one, which is also a 3-in-1 foundation. It has SPF of 20, which is great for every day, so you can be protected from the weather. But if you're going to use this for prom or wedding or anywhere where you're going to have flash photography, I would definitely skip this foundation. It comes with the standard 1 fluid ounce, which is 30 mils, and it was released with 14 shades. Now for a drugstore foundation, having released 14 shades is really nice, but there may be some people who may have to buy 2 foundations to actually find their shade, or you may not even be able to find your shade. Now the shade that I have here is 845, which is warm beige, and I still don't think that this foundation is warm enough for my skin tone because I have a lot of yellow undertone, and I find that this foundation is more on the pink side or maybe neutral. I'm not really sure, but it's definitely not yellow enough for me. I'm an NC30, and this foundation looks a little bit off on my skin tone. I've checked the price for this foundation at Walmart, and I did that online, and it's around $9 plus, which is really affordable for a drugstore foundation. The one that they've released here with Max Factor costs around £9.99, so it's around the same price. It's very affordable and very budget friendly. This foundation has a medium buildable coverage. I find that it blends really well, and it stays just 1 layer. For me, it's more than enough. I really don't like to apply 2 layers of foundation. Very rarely I do that, but if I apply 2 layers of this, my face will look absolutely flawless. Nothing will show, no imperfections. If I have any breakouts, which I've been having lately, this foundation will definitely cover everything. It has a matte finish, and it's supposed to be a very long wearing formula. It should look flawless all day, and these are the claims that they have on the foundation. I've used it a few times and it does last all day. The concealer situation that they claim it's to be a concealer as well, it does cover pretty well. I would have to probably touch up after 4 hours, but that's not really bad if I'm skipping my own concealer and just using the foundation. It also claims to be a primer, so when I'm using this foundation, I definitely skip my own primer, and it does look really nice on the skin without emphasizing my large pores, and it does really well at controlling oil as well. Now on to Estee Lauder Double Wear. I currently own 2 different shades. The first one that I bought is this one, which is my winter shade, and this is 3W1 Tawny. And last summer, because I tanned a lot when I came back from Portugal, I was sent this one, and this one is 3W2 Cashew. So this foundation comes in a glass bottle and a gold lid, and it does not come with a pump, which is pretty kind of like disappointing. For a high-end foundation, you would expect this to have a pump. However, you can get a pump from Clinique. Some of their foundations have pumps that fit this bottle, or you can buy one from MAC. That's what I did, and you cut a little bit of the plastic that comes underneath, and it will fit perfectly fine within the bottle. This foundation also comes in 30 mils, which equals 1 fluid ounce, which is quite standard for any foundation on the market. Estee Lauder now carries 31 shades within their line, which is absolutely amazing for a high-end foundation, for a high-end brand. And they have cool, warm, and neutral tones. Now, when I firstly bought the first shade, I was really happy with the foundation. It matched me really, really well. But once the warmer months come in, that shade doesn't match me that much. I have it on. I have the 3W1 Tawny, and maybe on the camera it doesn't really show, but it doesn't match me perfectly as it would if it was winter. This foundation is supposed to be an all-day flawless foundation, which will last you up to 15 hours, looking absolutely gorgeous, not budging. It does not oxidize, and it has a semi-matte finish and very, very natural. I don't think you need to apply powder with this foundation, especially in the winter. If you wear this, you definitely do not need powder to set your foundation. This foundation retails in the UK for £27.50, and in the States it retails for $36. I still think it's quite affordable because I find with this foundation a little goes a long way. It has an SPF of 10, which is not very high for the summer months, but you can always apply a high SPF lotion underneath and you should be very well protected. But because it still has SPF, I don't think it's a foundation that you can wear you know, with flash photography. It will definitely cast that white look on your face, which is not very pretty at all. It has a medium buildable coverage. I find that just one pump, my whole face is pretty well concealed, and I do not need to apply 2 layers of foundation. If I would, it would probably be at night, but very rarely with any foundation. I just apply 1 layer, and that's more than enough for me. Now on to my final thoughts about both foundations. I think the Covergirl foundation is a great foundation for a drugstore foundation. It's very affordable for those of you who are on a budget. It comes in a good selection of colors, but me personally, I prefer this one because there's more shades. There's shades for everybody, from fair to deeper skin tones. I would prefer to spend an extra 15 or 20 pounds on this than buying this one because it lasts longer on my skin. I find that the finish is more natural, and also this one doesn't last that well. I find that by the 8th hour it starts fading, but don't get me wrong, that's not a bad thing. A lot of foundations do that, but as it claims to be an all-day flawless, I still prefer this one over the Covergirl. So guys, I guess that's my review or comparison between these two foundations. I hope this video was helpful. Like I said in the beginning, if I missed something that you guys really want to know, please comment below and I'll make sure to get back to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye.